Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love that you're waving back. Come on, guys, wave back. iPad 2, you're not waving. Robert Clark, hello, how are you? Good to see you. He's like, you're looking at me on the Zoom. I'm not sure I'm going to smile at you. Yes, it's real, Robert. I'm smiling at you. He's like, oh, God, move away from the camera. She's talking to me. Lovely to see you, Tracy Wright. Gorgeous to see you, Ruby in person, Sally, and lovely Brian. Hello, guys. It's amazing that I can see you in your homes with your dogs, I hope. I'm going to be training tonight instant down, or today or this morning or this afternoon or whatever time it is with you. In the comments, can you let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, is this something you want to learn or not? Is this something you want to learn or not? In the comments, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you want to learn this? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to see the comments. If someone can pull them up for me, that'd be really, really helpful. You guys are amazing. It's super to see you all in the room. It's super to see how active you are already. Hello, lovely Anna Nissa. You've been doing amazing lately. Dawn, it's super to see you. Catherine, lovely to see you. Jenny, Laura, Susan, Carol, Joe, Robert. Love that we've got some guys in the house too. This is awesome. Nice to see you, Tony. Good job, Joe. Love it. Molly. Molly's in the USA. Sam's iPad is saying hi. A lovely to see you, lovely Jilly. Jilly Taylor in the corner. Nice to see you, Karen. So, guys, tonight we're learning instant down. And I'm going to tell you that my absolute favourite dog to work this with was Eazy, and we're going to see some clips of Eazy. We sadly lost Eazy last year. She had a mass in her chest, and for me, it's like losing your right arm or your left leg. And for me, she was my best, most fun, incredible, joyous, naughty dog who needed an instant down. And I'm going to tell you why she needed an instant down, because she was hugely chasey, she was very easily distracted, and she absolutely loved life. Now tell me why your dog needs an instant down. Is it because they lack focus? Is it because you don't feel like you've got an emergency stop where you need it? Is it because you feel that you maybe don't have enough control? Is it because you don't have enough off-leash freedom opportunity? Why do you feel you need an instant down? And if someone can, you're commenting so fast, if someone could drop the comments at the bottom, that'd be really, really helpful, because I can read what you want to say. So no emergency stop, your own fears, off-lead freedom, chaser, lacking control, engagement, emergencies, my dog's too fast, all of the above, big and bouncy, my dog scares people, all of the things. And I'm going to say to you straight off here, guys, and I think this is a really important consideration when we're teaching, if you don't want to do a down and you prefer to do a stand or a sit, you can apply all the same principles. So if you've got a dog who's uncomfortable in the down for any reason, I've got a dog who's got a spinal trauma. She had a spinal trauma rather. So for her, I wouldn't do a down, but I would do a stand. So she would have a stand. So if you've got a dog that you might need to adapt for, I love that Madeline's showing me. She's like, I've got a training area, Lauren. Lauren, I've got a training area. So if you've got a dog that will struggle on a down, and if I come to you live, I will only come to you live if you really want me to come live in your room. So you'll need to make a lot of like noise and attention, and I'll go live to your room for training. However, we won't go to everyone's room, of course, and only if you're up for it. So we don't have to do it. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you've got a dog that maybe would prefer a stand or a sit, because that's absolutely relevant too. I've decided to take the leap today. I hope you're up for this with me, because I am going to be training a very naughty dog instant down. And I say that with slight trepidation, slight fear that I'm going to be working with a dog who, she doesn't only run off and eat mice, she hunts like a demon. She's been really naughty today. She's been particularly naughty to the point that she got removed from the arena and sent back home. She is absolutely full of beans. She's full of life. She barks. She's feral. Can anyone guess who I'm going to be training with you tonight? Because I can tell you now I'm feeling mildly scared, because it would be a lot easier if I was training Eazy. However, I'm going to be working with a very, very wild and feral, and just how I like them, Skittle. So Skittle's the dog that's going to work with me today. So guys, I'd like to know first off, before we go into a little bit of teaching, because we've got a lot of teaching to cover, where are you here from? So where are you here from? And then secondly, I want you to tell me what breed of dog you're working. So where are you here from and what breed of dog are you working? Hello, lovely Dee. I get to see you. Hello, Karen. Hello, Ellen. Ellen, you're looking particularly gorgeous. Did you like brush your hair or wash your hair in the gap? She's like, look at me. So Lancashire, we've got Sally and Brian where they're working Cocker. We've got California, Laurie. We've got California, we've got Indiana, we've got Southampton. What an eclectic crew we have. Yorkshire, we have Barnard Castle. I love Barnard Castle. We've got Slough, Vermont. Oh, sounds very romantic. We've got North Somerset, not so romantic, but very local. We've got New Zealand, you lucky duck. We've got Sheffield in the house. We've got Oregon in the house. We have got Australia in the house. We have got Quebec in the house. We've got Pennsylvania in the house. We've got Illinois in the house. Guys, this is incredible. This is really incredible. And tell me now, this is really important, is it your first time or your 50th time here? Like, is it something you've done regularly or is this your first time here? So I'd love to know. Oh, Kim's their first time. Sally and Brian, it's their first time. My goodness, we've got some first timers. So I love, 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 love that you guys are here as your first timers. I can tell you now it's Skittles' first time ever demoing this. And when they say like shaking in your boots, I do have a slight feeling of that. Not because I don't trust our training, more because I don't trust Skittles. So there we go. We're going to see how it goes. So I'd love to know, as we go through, guys, your questions, anything you need to know, anything you need support with, that's what we're here for. These hours are an hour that we do very regularly. It'll be about an hour and a half. So we normally go about an hour and a half. But these hours, an hour we do regularly with our dog training groups. So we do these with our dog training groups. I go into houses of the students. We work through the students. And if you've been on these before, tell everyone in the comments one thing you think about them. So maybe like one emotion, one word, one sort of expression of how much you love these sessions in the comments if you've been before. So Sarah Williams says amazing, joyous training. And I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that. So without further ado, I actually think I'm going to head you straight to Eazy because I think Eazy will show you some of the stages and some of the games and some of the things that I want to escalate to. And that might not be today, but I do want to give you the vision. Now, depending on how Skittles goes, and you can see me going, oh my goodness, and you can rate her and I at the end of this. I want to see that that's where we'd be heading to. And yet, she's a baby dog and she doesn't have all of these skills yet, but I want you to see quite how far we might take this and quite how big we might make this at some point in our journey. Now, for Skittles, I can down her around agility equipment. I can down her around excitement, but can I down her when she's seen a mouse and she's on full-on hunt? Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? She's a mouse eater. My friend said to me the other day, she was walking Skittle and she said, all I saw was the tail go down. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. And so Skittles does like to eat a mouse. So no, she cannot do it yet. She cannot do it yet when she sees a mouse. But that's just a test she's not able to do yet. It's like going to school and being at primary and me asking her to do her university degree. She's not ready for university degree yet. But I am going to show you the stages. Now, in the comments, guys, is it more useful or less useful that I show you a dog learning? Would you prefer me to show you a dog learning or would you prefer just to see the finished result? Which would you prefer? I mean, I have to tell you, there's actually no choice. You're only going to see the learning version because I haven't actually got the finished game. But I think it's really useful for you, and I think you're going to love it. Now, I want you to see Eazy, partly to celebrate her. We lost her last year. She was a fantastic dog in so many ways. She certainly wasn't easy in many directions, but this was one of her favourite games. So in celebration of her and the fact that we want to show you what it's all about, here's a little clip of Eazy. It's some of our teaching, it's some of your learning, and I hope you get lots from it. Let's go and visit Eazy. Really important safety net behaviour. It is an instant down. Oh, it's a bit tired. I wasn't actually meaning it right now, but you're fine. You can hop to your bed. So for me, an instant down is a really important safety net behaviour. It's something I should have as a, I suppose, responsible dog owner, let alone an agility trainer or handler. So I think it's a responsible dog owner behaviour. Now, when I say an instant D-O-W-N, I don't mean I call you back, you lie down here. I mean, I say the word, you hit the deck, right? And you don't hit the deck like it's a punishment. You hit the deck like you love it. So instant DOWNs, guys. I'm going to play this with a holy toy, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm playing with the holy toy. This one I can throw much better, and it's quite warm and she can breathe through it. So it's quite warm and she can breathe through it. So I can throw it and she can breathe through it. So she's already got the behaviour down. Nice, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Now for her, nice and get it would probably be a release cue. So I've got lots of release cues. Like I said, the verbal release for me is next piece of equipment or next behaviour, or like lots of release cues. But instant reward on doing it. Down. Oh, get it, get it. You're not moving that. You see stalky? So when they're stalky, down, get it, super. Don't ask them when they're in real stalk. So if they're in a real stalk, don't ask for it. I moved her out of it and then did it there. Now, for me, thank you, when you've got your basic down behaviours, good girl, I want you to try sometimes to test it. Now, you might test on a wrap. You might do things like to test it, add something they can go around so you're taking them in movement, or you can use a weight. Now, the only problem with using a weight is you're testing your weight. I'll have it in here, Kev, you can come in. You're dressed to your branding and everything. You're all good. Thank you very much. And so when I'd send her around, I might send her around and then ask her if she can just get it. So that would be level 1, so just come around and get it. Level 2, I might ask for a behaviour as she's going around there. So her behaviour, thank you, ready, 3, 2, 1, check, 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 check. Down, nice, get it, super. Do you see how fast that behaviour is when she hits the deck? Now, what do I do the next time I do it? I go around again, yeah, so I go around again. So what you don't want to do, good, thank you. What you don't want to do is then overdo control. Ready? Check, 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 check. Nice, super girl. Let her just go around and get it again. Yeah, I wouldn't repeat those. And you saw how quick, how instant that hit the deck is. That for me is really important, like really important. Now you can play variations of that. Thank you. Oi, oi, oi. You can play variations of that, not that variation. Not that variation either. Wait there. Variations of that might be, get it down, get it, get it, get it, super girl. Very good. And I haven't done a lot of that with her because she often turns to face me and you can see it. Whereas I prefer this one because she keeps moving in the way she's going. But when I'm out and about, I would use that one, and she will do a great lie down, but it often needs the environment to work on it. Whereas in this environment, it's a little bit harder because you're setting it up. So instant down, I don't actually mind how you train it. The important thing for me is they do it instantly. It's not, you could also do it on a boundary. So you can also mooching and then ask them to do a down at a distance on a boundary. Yeah, there's lots of different ways that you can play it in. Most importantly, I want you to teach it. Okay, so the yes or no game, would you like a down like that? Yes or no? Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, or a stop. Please, if you don't have a down, I'm really not bothered. It's a stop or a sit or a stand or a bow or whatever's comfy for you. Now, I watched Eazy with so much pleasure because of the joy she had in what she was doing. And she lived with pure passion till the day we lost her, with so much joy for the game. She loved the game. And yet, Jane made a really good comment. Did anyone notice what was in the background of that video? And does anyone know what breed of dog she is? So what breed of dog she is? And don't panic, Alison in the USA says, how can I do this with food? I'm going to be using food. Well, I'm hoping to be using food, but Skittles spat out food not long before our session. So I'm hoping she's decided that she'd like to work for food again, because earlier she was so interested in the mouse, she'd prefer not. But I'm hoping that she's forgotten about the mouse. So she's a sheepdog. So Eazy's a border collie. And there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sheep. I'm sure my neighbouring farmer puts them there just to taunt my dogs. I'm sure he doesn't. You know what? There are so many sheep there that for me, they're just a brilliant training distraction. And yet she's a border collie. And what are border collies bred to do, guys? What are they bred to do? They're bred to work, move, stalk, chase, herd. And so for me, it's really, really impactful that we consider how important that stop is around stock. Because you never really know, even stock can, we've come out before and we found stock in our field. They're not ours, and they're there. And you're like, isn't that interesting? I now have 6 new sheep. Why, thank you, Mr. Neighbour. And so it can happen at any point. Having that instant stop is really, really key. Now, someone raised a really brilliant point. What if your dog's not into toys? Don't worry, we're going to cover food largely. So we're going to do a lot of food. I have got toys. Don't tell Skittle I've got rabbit toys. because I really don't want her to know unless I need them. So if I get the big guns out, it's the rabbit, and that means I'm struggling. So guys, if I get the big guns out, that's rabbit. You guys have got to give extra support. So I want to see that you're in the room. I want to see that you've got the energy in the room. I'd like to see before we do our first game, and our first game is going to be shaping a down, because first of all, we've got to make sure our dogs like doing their downs and enjoy doing their downs, or whatever position you want to replace it with. But before I get Skittle out, I need your confidence, because you know what? I am shaking in my boots about doing this right now, because she didn't want food earlier. She ate a rabbit, not a rabbit, a mouse, or tried to eat a mouse. And she also decided to refuse any toy other than rabbit skin. So guys, let's have your energy in the room. Energy in the room. Energy in the room. Waving, giving energy, whatever kind of energy you've got. Energy in the room. Miria, Maria, Joe, Laura, you can do more energy. Susan, I'm going to pull you out. Caroline, where's the energy? Yes, Ruby, energy. I said energy, Karen Scott. I said energy. That doesn't look like energy to me. Yes, Jennifer. Yes, come on, Robert. You can do better. I mean, a little. Just a little energy. Like a gentle wave. Gentle wave would be fine. He's like, she's not talking to me. I am, Robert. I'm talking to you, and I'm going to keep talking to you. So, our first exercise, she does sound like a real dog, Susan. She's definitely a real dog. She is a real dog, and she's a really naughty dog. So I'm hoping for your confidence here, because, yeah, she's certainly a naughty one. Okay, so I'm going to go with shaping a down. So my first exercise is going to be a shaping a down. And at some point, I'm going to pull a student in. So I'm going to pull the student with the most energy in. So I do want to see that the student I pull in has got the most energy and is wanting to be in the room. I love it. Madeline's already cheering. She's already cheering and moving. So I've got Skittle with me. She's in a crate currently and not on a bed. Why is she not on a bed? Because some of our dogs will be demoing from a bed. Skittle's not on a bed. She's not on a bed. Why is she not on a bed, guys, in the comments? She's not on a bed because she's using the bed as a trampoline. And a trampoline is not appropriate for this session. Yeah, so she actually is using it as a bouncy castle. And she's often bouncing off me or off the side of the wall. She's certainly not calm enough, would be an understatement, Pam. So I'm just going to let her out of her crate where she is currently residing. And Skittle, come. And I'm going to go straight into, as you can see, the energy's in the room. I'm going to go straight into an exercise. And I'm going to kneel for this exercise. And I'm actually just going to see what she'll offer. Nice. Now, she offered a first, I don't know if you saw the first behaviour she offered. Break. Did you see the first behaviour she offered? Because before she offered a DOWN, which I'm not going to say the word, but before she offered that behaviour, she gave me a very gentle thing first that she tried. She tried something first. So she gave me a very, yeah, she barked. Bark was definitely one of her things. But before that, or sorry, after that, she did offer one other little thing. She actually tried to offer a paw and then a chin touch. So she offered a paw and then a chin touch, but I didn't give her either. So I'm just going to have my food on me, and I'm just going to see what she offers. Nice. Now, I have been powering this up. I'm really pleased she's taking the food. It's a win. It's a win, and I'm taking it. Guys, let's cheer for the win. We want to get dogs. We should all be celebrating each other as well. There's so many people in the dog training world that do not celebrate each other. Celebrate each other. I celebrate you, Catherine. I celebrate you, Susan. I celebrate you, Anne. I celebrate you, Dawn. Skittles is so excited. She's trembling. Are you ready? So I've got the food in front. I've moved her around. Nice, good girl, super girl. So first stage, and I'd love you guys to have a go at this with me. So if you're on camera, have a go with me. All I want to see you do is actually see, get it, if your dog can shape that down. Nice. And this is when it's not cued. So I'm not putting any cue on this. So there's no cue on this at all. I've got food. I want to see that she's operant. Very nice. Break. Nice. Pen out my pocket. Really nice. This is just for food. So this is just for food. So all she's doing here is working for food. Nice job. Really good, Kim. Really super. Really lovely. Well done, Arthur. Very, very nice. And Alice is going to go potentially for a stand as well. So she might not always do a down. And I'm fine with that, Alice. So you do what you're comfortable with for your dog. Lovely, gorgeous Jane. Well done for setting up over there. Good stuff, Pam. Really nice. So some really good learning going on in the room. Very good, Jenny. Good, Kathy. When you're feeding, guys, and you're feeding the instant down, look at the dog in front of you. So look at the dog in front of you. Notice I've put Skittle into a chin target. She's in a chin target. Why? Because that will stop her barking. Because she's quite gobby. She's quite loud. Nice job. Well done, Robert. I like that I get to see your dog as well. And so she's in a chin target while I'm watching you for a minute, and she's trembling in her chin target. Hello, lovely Natalie. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Susan. Good work, Jenny Ware. Jenny Ware's got the most beautiful little, like she's a Labrador cross. She's a Labrador Cocker. She's a Labrador Cocker, and she is doing fantastically. She's quite a sensitive little dog. I love that I get to know all of my students. I love that I get to know my students. Gorgeous stuff. Really, really nice. Really nice over there, Katrin. Katrin, that's looking gorgeous. Really, really nice. Hello, Helen. Good job. Really nice. Hello, Sarah. It was only a minute ago I saw you. Good stuff. She said, I've got caught eating now. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to do now adding a cue. So we're now going to add the cue. So we can see that she's offering the behaviour. So do you see she's offering the behaviour? So offering the behaviour quickly, and I'm rewarding her into that behaviour. I'm already going to start adding a cue. Now, how do I add a cue, guys? So she's offering the behaviour. Nice. As she's offering the behaviour, when am I going to add the cue? When am I going to add the cue? When am I going to add the cue? Yeah, Diana rather, just before she's going to do the behaviour. So it's always, hello lovely Mercedes, it's always new cue, old cue. So it's always new cue, old cue. So just before she does it, I'm going to add the word. So it's new cue, old cue. The old cue is the fact we're shaping, and we're here with kind of probably some level of visual cue for her that she's picking up. New cue is the word. So I'm going to use the word. So just as I'm about to do it, I'm going to say down, and she's going to offer that behaviour. And do you see how quickly she does it? Is there a big sort of gap there, or is it pretty quick? Let me know, guys, in the comments. Is there a gap, or is it pretty quick? So she's here. I'm going to say the word. Down. Nice. And that's pretty quick. And I'm feeling seriously relieved that she's eating the food, seeing as earlier she was like, I'm not eating the food. And she didn't want any food. So he won't stand up again. Kim, this is a really good question. It's not a problem that Skittle has, but it is a problem that so many dogs have. So in a minute, if we get a chance, we'll come into your house potentially, Kim. Or if we don't get a chance to come to your house, if they won't stand up again, your biggest thing you can do, so the dogs that don't want to stand up, I'll show you the demo now. So I'm going to cue the word, down, get it, and I'm going to move the food. So I'm not going to feed in position. So with those dogs, down, get it, I'm going to move them. So I'm going to move them out of position. Does that make sense? So say the word, down, get it, and I move the food. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. So if you've got a dog that wants to move a lot, would you throw it? Yes or no? If you've got a dog that wants to move a lot, like Skittle, would you throw it? Yes or no? Skittle doesn't need me to throw it, but she loved your question, Kim. She thought your question was awesome. She thought it gave her a great opportunity to be a lunatic. Yes. However, for you guys, she's like Blink Take 9. Like, she's wild. She is wild. She makes Blink look quite calm. I love it. So Albert says, Skittle already lies down. George will not lie down. George will not lie down. So remember, you've got food they're going to really want. So you've got food they're going to really want. So ideally, you've got food that they're interested in. And then secondly, you're going to make sure that they're in a space to offer you something. So try and get nice. Do you see she wants to offer you something? That's the goal. I want them to offer me something. She's offering me a bark. Isn't that lovely? I want them to get to a space of offering. If they're not keen to offer, let's have 3 tips on how we can get our dogs more what we would call operant. So what we would call operant. Let me just put her away for 2 seconds so she's not here. In there for a minute. Good girl. So she's going in there. She's giving me a rest. She's giving me a rest because I want a rest. So I'm just going to stand back up again. So if we've got a dog, I'm just going to cut my head off probably. There we go. So if we've got a dog who isn't offering, what are 3 things we can do to get them to help them to offer more? 3 things we can do. Jane says, love it, get them moving. Madeline says, use higher value food. Diana says, play a reward anything game. So these guys are getting all these games from the Games Club and from Pro Dog Trainer and from when we teach hours like this. We teach an hour like this every month in Pro Dog Trainer, and we teach weekly in Games Club as well. And it's a really good opportunity for you to learn things like this. But yeah, movement games, reward anything games, get them moving. And don't panic. Is it okay that your dog doesn't do all of this tonight? Yes or no? Is it okay that your dog doesn't do all of this tonight? And I'm going to tell you that Skittles is a beginner, but Skittles is still a beginner that I've owned and trained, and I've been training dogs for 25 years. And I do this for my living. This is my profession. So I'm a professional dog trainer, and I've done this for a long time. So know that she's had sort of groundwork from day one. And although she doesn't do a down like Eazy does yet, she will do, and I'm going to show you all the stages that you need. Does that make sense? So please don't panic if you don't get everything today. We can help you, we can grow it with you, but you might not get the end result today, but you definitely will get the end result with us. I promise. So that is absolutely my promise to you. Does that make sense? So we want a dog that's operant. So this morning I said to Eliza, and she said, Eliza's my daughter, not my dog. She said, I want to go to the big horse shop. And I said, good. Okay, that sounds great. Let's do it. You can earn some points. She said, I don't want to earn any points. I just want to go to the horse shop. And I said, no, if you earn some points and we've got some spending money. She's like, no, I just want some spending money anyway and go to the horse shop. And I was like, it doesn't work like that. So she's very willing to spend the money, but she doesn't always want to work for it. Does that make sense? We want to get our dog to the space where they're a little bit more willing to offer or willing to, what can we do to get that? So effectively, we could pre-mac it, which means do what I want, get what you want. So down, get the food, down, get the toy, offer me something. We want a dog that offers me something. Does that make sense? So we've played 2 games already. We've played shaping a down, and then we've played putting a cue on it. Does that make sense, guys? So shaping a down and then putting a cue on it. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, let me know with the word sense in the comments. Hello, lovely Debbie. So we've done shaping a down, putting a verbal cue on it. Okay, the next piece, and this is really important, is that your dog can do it from anywhere. So your dog can do it from anywhere. Does that make sense? So your dog can do it from anywhere. And don't panic. Hello, Sam, I am. Green eggs and ham. She's in the background. Okay, so my next stage, and I'm going to get Skittle again for this. So we're going to go down and do a little bit of demo work. Break. Hi. So the next game is a really nice round-the-clock game. I'm going to remove my cone so we don't go round the cone. So I'm going to bring her into my middle position. Again, another game that we play in Games Club. And I'm going to throw the food out. Get it. Down. Nice. And I'm going to throw the food out there. Get it. Down. Nice. Now notice she lies down where I say or when I say the word. So she lies down when I say the word. That's a common problem that most people have, is that the dog lies down at their feet. Let me know if you've experienced this problem. So the dog lies down at your feet but doesn't lie down away from you. Let me know if you've had that problem. So this game sets the dog in lots of different places, but also notice where I reward her. So also notice where I reward her. So I'm going to throw the food over there. Get it? I'm going to ask her down, and then I'm going to put the food into her. So the food goes into her. So not back this way, the food goes in. And notice when I give the food in, that she shifts back a bit. Come in. Good girl. So when I throw the food out, she goes out. I ask her for the behaviour at the point of turning when I know she's going to turn back in again. I love it. Albert says, this is great. I hope I can find the replay. We should be emailing you straight after this with the replay. I really hope so. Is someone recording? Because sometimes that happens on our team that we just forget. Typically it's me that forgets, but hopefully we're recording. So anyway, thank you, Albert. I love that you're here. So I'm going to throw the toy or the food or whatever it is out. So I'm going to throw this one out. She's going to go and get that one. Down. Nice. And I'm going to put the food into her. So the food goes into her. And by the food going into her, notice that her weight goes back. So if I look at that with a closer proximity here, I'm so pleased you decided to eat again. So much more rewarding when you actually want to eat. So if I got her here, and I do the down cue here, notice if I feed her back, then she kind of has to move back. So if I feed her there, she has to move backwards. Does that make sense, guys? So if I feed her back, she has to go back, and her weight shifts back. If I feed her forwards, break, she has to come forwards. So where do I want to feed her if I want an instant down? Yeah, I'm feeding into her chest, basically, Madeline. That's fantastic. Thank you for clarifying for everyone. As a basic premise, if I want the dog to stay away, should I feed next to me or away? And this is one of the very basic principles that we talk about in Pro Dog Trainer and Games Club. Placement of reward matters. So where you place your reward really, really, really does matter. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Laura says, did you say the cue down as she turns? Yeah, pretty much as soon as I know I've got attention and she's coming back. But you've got to be so quick on it. And is timing important in dog training, guys? Is timing important in dog training? Molly's like nodding her head. No, it's not at all, Molly. Just not. It's just not even relevant. It's not relevant. It is not relevant. Thank God I don't wear mascara because I'd be having dog slobber and chicken all over my hands. So timing is really, really, really vital. So when you cue her. So she's going to go out and get this one. She's going to go out and get that one or two because there's two out there. Get it. Down. Nice. And I throw into her. So I throw into her. Does that make sense? And so when I'm throwing in, she's going a little bit backwards. So when I throw in, she has to step back on it. Break. Good girl. So she's moving backwards. Now she's a trained dog. And when I say she's a trained dog, she's not trained like Eazy was trained. So don't get me wrong, she hasn't got all of Eazy's skills yet. But Eazy was a 7-year-old dog and she's just a baby. And so you can see how she's learning. Who's impressed so far, guys? Who's learning so far? Who's impressed so far? Hello, lovely Karen. She's such a star. Who's impressed so far and who's learning so far? Are you learning? Are you learning? So many things you're learning. Okay, that's great. Everyone now knows you're also learning. This is fantastic. Back into the chin target and quieten the feral beast. So much learning here. Now, remember, if your dog isn't at Skittles level, that's absolutely fine and completely understandable. Remember the tip, if your dog's not loving the down game, remember when they do that down, break, get it, move the food out. So move the food away. That for me is really vital. That for me is really key. If your dog's not doing it like Skittle is, down, get it, get them moving more. So I want to see them moving. So if your dog doesn't like the down, get it, make it move. I think that's really, really, really important. Does that make sense, guys? I hope that make sense. Okay, Jill says, how do you get a fast down? That would be one of my games, Jill. I've also got another game that I think you'll really like in a minute. So please remind me that question because I've got an arousal game for downs. She doesn't always need it, but I'm happy to play it for you. So, but she built with it. So that is how we built it. I just don't always use it anymore because she's a lot. She looks very small, but she's actually a lot. She's more like owning a Malinois on some form of special drug, I feel. So she's wild. She's really wild. But that's all through, we've built that drive to a degree because she's a sports dog, but at the same time, you absolutely can see the passion in the behaviour, so I love that. I really love that. Okay, so what I'd love to do now is a session with you guys. So I'd like to, I'm going to go on off camera for a minute, but that's just because I'm watching you and I'm going to take notes and I'm going to send who I'm going to work with to my team and they're going to bring them up on camera. They're going to bring them up on camera. It depends how much energy they've got. How much energy have you got, guys? Do you want to go on camera? If you want to go on camera, I feel that Pam and Molly want to go on camera. I think Madeline's got a bit of energy going on. I think Molly looks like she's ready to go on camera. So I'd love to come to you and your dog. Bring the energy. We are watching. So we want to see your energy in the room. I love it that Madeline's got a dog on camera too. What we're going to do is we're going to do game 1 and game 2. So we're going to do shaping a down and we're going to do adding a cue. And we're going to do getting distance. You can do, that's 3 games. I'm always an overachiever. So you can do any of those 3, guys. Shaping a down, adding a cue, getting distance. So you can do any of those with your dog. And if you're here watching and you feel like maybe you should be doing it, don't panic. You know what? Watch, enjoy it. Some people sit and watch. Some people get involved. Whatever you do, I'm absolutely fine with you doing you. So please, you do you. We would probably put some hopefully tasteful music, but now and again it can go a little bit wild. So if it does, we'll change the song. And I can tell you now, it's my choice if it's a good song, and if it's a terrible song, it's Kev's choice. So there you go. Anyway, we're going to go to DJ Kev and DJ Matt, and I'd like to watch you play game 1, game 2, game 3. It's shaping a down, it's adding a cue, and it's getting distance. Off we go.
Time stood still, just like a photograph. You made me feel like this will last forever. Looking in your eyes, I see my whole life. Oh, they say you know it when you know it, and I know. Oh, promise that you hold me close, don't let me go. I lose my mind when I'm around you, how I come alive. When I'm without you, I can't help but feel so lost. I wanna give you all I've got. Oh, they say you know it, well you know it, and I know. Promise that you'll hold me close, don't let me go. Take my heart, don't break it. Love me to my bones. All this time I wasted. You were right there all along. You and I stargazing, intertwining souls. We were never strangers. You were right there all along.
Your messages to each other. Everyone's doing amazing. Love Chantel and Sky, having a fab time. Kim and Arthur, you guys are incredible. So I'm going to bring one of our students up online. I'm going to bring Madeline, and I'm going to bring Madeline because she brought so much energy. I've also seen and coached her in a couple of other sessions, and I know that she'll be able to handle the camera stuff. I will try and take a beginner up in a minute, and I'll also try and take someone who maybe hasn't done it so much on camera. But Madeline has had a couple of goes at this, and I know you're going to smash it, Madeline. So Madeline, tell us what stage you're at with this behaviour, and tell us maybe why you would want this behaviour.
Yeah. I am on stage 3 with Atlas. He has a tendency to, well, first of all, he's a cattle dog. So he is very prone to chase, very prone to running away and not being close. And I don't know, just knowing that, I'm very paranoid, and I'm like, you need all the things to be able to work through that.
Now you're a brilliant student, Madeline, and I know that lately you've been really, really involved. You've got yourself way more involved in training with us in the last, just recently, really, a few weeks. Mm-hmm. With the last few weeks, like, how are you feeling about your dog training?
Oh, I feel so much more inspired, and I feel like the love of training just itself is growing more and more.
So let's have a look, I think, because I think you're doing a great job. And I thought watching you, you're doing a great job. And there's also a couple of bits I'm going to tweak and play with. So let's have a look at what you've got. Show me where you are. We're doing the getting distance stage. And I'm ready to have a look. Let's have a look. I love that you're warm enough to wear shorts. I have like massive heating on, sending us up to like enough temperature to take my coat off. Really nice. Really nice. And are you cueing it? Nice.
Down.
Good. Don't let him get as close. So say it earlier. So there you go. So you can see he's still going to come at that critical distance. So what I want you to try and do is the second you say it, just sneak a few of these in where you say it and you're going to throw it whether he does it or doesn't do it. So you're actually going to throw it in whether just to get distance. So you're doing it a little bit where, and you can also do this where he goes to come in, but before he even comes in, don't even say the down cue, just throw out again. So actually you're almost teaching them to hover out there a little bit more. There are some dogs I'd play around with this differently, but with him, that's what I would do. So he's in and you're gonna throw out so he's a little bit further away. And again. Throw again now. And again now. And now cue the down and throw immediately. Good, really nice. Throw away, and now throw away again. Throw away, throw away, throw. Don't cue the down on these two, so don't cue the down, just throw away. Just throw away. Good. Now cue the down.
Down.
And then throw. And so that's where you come back to the camera a minute, so ignore him for a second or let him have a settle cue or a bed cue. Can you see that stage, Madeline? You can see that stage where he's got like this distance that he wants to be. With that distance, I will actually keep them away a little bit. So I'll actually keep them away. I'll throw away, I'll throw away, I'll throw away, and I'll throw away, I'll cue the down and I'll throw away anyway. So I'm saying go away because he does want to come in to get that reward. And I also, the other thing I'd play with, which I haven't got here to show you, but I really like to do it, is actually ask them to do it behind a barrier. So put a barrier up and ask them to do it behind a barrier. So if you've got a stair gate, or if you've got a crate, or if you've got something like that, ask them to do it behind a barrier, because sometimes you can see them do that, or even like on a platform. So you could put them on a platform or something like that, like they go to something. So one of my platforms or targets that I brought just in case we needed something like this one, or a physical and a raised one as well. I think that's a really, really nice one. So who else in the comments has struggled with this? The dog comes part way towards them, or creeps towards them, or comes closer towards them, because I think this is a really common struggle. So it's really, really, really normal, who's enjoying some of the problem solves, because we've got loads of problem solves for this. But I think target's one thing, but I actually really like for him, I think behind a barrier, so you're going to show me some videos in the community space, and when you join the community space, and I'd like, yeah, anyone else who's got a creeper, basically, Leslie says. So I really, 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 really want you to try it behind a barrier. I want you to throw in, and queue. I want you to keep charging up the down. And I also want you to play that game that we started to play, which is a bit around the clock. So they'll go from anywhere. And then I had that wonderful question from Albert, so I kind of forgot to go back to my around the clock. But where you're throwing from anywhere, and they'll lie down there as well. Does that make sense? Because you can already see with Skittle that she's going to have the same instant down that Eazy had. And that's because of the distance and the instant. But I think that really, 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 really helps. Does that help, Madeline?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, amazing. I may come back to you because there might be a bit more, but that was fantastic. And I'm really happy, and I'm so pleased that we've got such a big group. I definitely want to come to a few other people, but I thought that was fantastic, and I loved what you were doing there. I want to see you skill that up, though, for a next round, okay?
Sounds good.
Good job. Guys, in the comments, let Madeline know how brave she is jumping up in front of camera, in front of all you guys, and saying hi to everyone. So amazing, Madeline. Okay, next student I fancy going to, there was a student up there that I thought would be really nice if she was game for it. It was Jenny. Jenny Ware. I don't know if she's game for it or not. So Jenny Ware, if you're game for it, I'd love to go to you next, see if you're game. So guys, a couple of troubleshoots there. So shaping it down, adding a cue, getting some distance. We've got this one, we've got a barrier, we've got the option to throw away and to keep throwing in, to throw and reward in front of pause, to do in different places, to play around the clock games, so play around the clock games and go all the way around the clock with lovely Madeline and Atlas. And I think there's so many different games we can add in there to try and get distance. The other thing, Madeline, I wouldn't stop doing the arousal game that I hopefully will get to play with Skittle in a bit. So I won't play it immediately, but I will try and play it with you guys. Because once I go to Rabbit, I don't think I can go back down to food. So that's my telling you behind the scenes. If I go to Rabbit, we ain't going to any piece of kibble after that. And so I definitely need to know that I can play that later on. Does that help, guys? So there is an arousal game I want you to play, Madeline, but I'll show you it in a bit. So I'll show you it as soon as my little dog lets me. So is Jenny Ware here? If Jenny's here, we'll go to Jenny. Lovely. Hello, Jenny. How are you? I can't hear Jenny. Why can't I hear Jenny? Jenny said she's good, thanks. I managed to lip read, so that was good. Jenny, are you able to show us your dog training space again? Because you had a lovely dog training space. So we're going to dog training space over here. Good. Can you tell me, Jenny, any struggles you've got with your instant down? Still can't hear you, Jenny. Don't know why I can't hear you. We're working on it. We're working on it. So one thing I do know about Jenny is she's got her lovely little dog here, Nutmeg, but she's also got a little border collie who she's definitely going to need to teach this. And the reason she's going to need to teach this is because she's a border collie. And so absolutely would 100% have to be teaching this too. Jenny, can you hear me? She's still speaking. Can't hear Jenny. Can't hear Jenny. And so it's typical. It's always what happens. Jenny's on mute, it says. Jenny's on mute. Is Jenny on mute? Jenny's not on mute. And so Jenny, what I saw with Nutmeg is very similar to Madeline, actually, that actually Nutmeg has like a critical distance she wants to be. So I'm going to play another game with the food, and we'll play around with the food. But what you're going to be doing is always throwing behind her. So it's always going behind her. Does that make sense? We're just going to try it like mute. I'm just going to talk to you, and you're going to train anyway.
How about now?
There we go. Easy. We got you. We got you. Okay, let's have a go at this.
So we're after Nutmeg, not the puppy.
I think we'll do Nutmeg, because Nutmeg was the one I was watching, and I thought there were some really nice skills there, but I thought that, so I was watching the ginger dog, which is Nutmeg, and she's a really, 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 really cool little dog, but she's also quite sensitive, so I thought she'd be a good dog for everyone to watch, because she is sensitive. She doesn't look it here, but she's very sensitive. So yeah, it's a lovely training space, isn't it? Right, so we charged up the down a little. Nice. Really nice. And then asking, and you can see she's got a very similar want to be. Can everyone see the same thing, that she wants to come into the space? That is a really common problem. So the second that you ask her for the behavior, you're going to throw behind her. So you're going to throw behind it. Now ask for it there, and then throw. So throw. Nice. Now ask for it now, and throw. Now ask for it. Nice, and throw back, throw back, throw back, throw back. Don't feed her in position anymore. You're only going to throw away, Jenny. So you're only going to throw away. No feeding in position. You're only going to throw behind it. That's nice. So guys, did you see she's already putting a little bit more distance in here? Do you see that? Like, I love these types of results when you get it really quickly. Say the word the second she turns around now, and then throw behind. Throw behind right in the corner, as far in the corner as you can get it. Now. Good, that was really nice. Very cute. Right, Jenny, come back to camera for me. Come back to camera. That was gorgeous. Throw away, throw away, throw away. She's really cool because she's going to do this really easily. She's just basically saying, get the mechanics right, Jenny.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fine. So what you've got to do is you've got to stop feeding her in position. So no more feeding in position. She's past the stage of feeding in position. Who's got to that point sometimes where you've got to a certain point and you've effectively plateaued in your training, and what you're not doing is progressing? Katie's nodding her head. If you get to that point of plateauing, you possibly haven't done the next stage that you need to be doing, which is actually, what do I need to change here? What do I need to adapt? What you've got to adapt is you're not going to feed in position anymore. The second she does it, you're going to throw behind her to the point that you almost throw before she's completed it down. So you almost, and the other thing, this is really important, guys, this is gold in dog training. Wait for this one. You're going to be in the throw position before the dog does the behavior. So go to the throw position, because when you go to the throw position, it's a pre-cue. So it's almost pre-cueing, my reinforcement is going to be behind you. So it's like a pre-cue that the reward is going to go behind them. Does that make sense? So the second you ask for the down, you're asking for the down, but you're going to like the, I'm going to throw it behind you position. So you're almost going to get an anticipatory behavior in that way. So you're adding, your visual cue, Diana, to back up your verbal. Does that make sense, Jenny?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
You're going to get really quick results there. Like that will be done. Like some people won't get quick results because you've got more skills to build, which is fine. But you're going to get really quick results because you've already got a lot of skills. The mechanics are just a little off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. That's no criticism. That's just why we train together. So that's what we do it for. Yeah. Madeline just says, oh my God, I just did it and it worked. It's going to work for you, Madeline. It's going to work for you, Jenny. Well done. Really good stuff. Good job, Jenny. Nice to see you. Okay. So I love that about training, that sometimes we get really, really, really easy and quick results. So sometimes you get really, really, really easy and quick results. I've got another couple of games for you. And what I think I'll do is I think I'm going to play you guys a video. I think we'll listen to one of our lovely students while I prep for our next game. And our next game is going to show you, well, you get to choose actually. Would you prefer more distance or more arousal? No, an arousal doesn't always have to be rude. Would you prefer more distance? I love Jill's laugh. Would you prefer more distance or more arousal? And could I get to the bottom of the comments, guys? I love Madeline. Did it and it worked. So would you prefer more distance or more arousal? Because depending on which you want, we'll go to that game next. So more distance or more arousal. Anyway, we're going to head to Alice. Alice is absolutely wonderful. She's one of our pro dog trainers, and she's here just telling you a little bit about her journey. As soon as we're back, we're going to do more distance or more arousal, depending on which one you do. And you can keep voting all the way through. I'm going to be looking. So would you like a dog who can work in arousal, either up or down, or would you like a dog who can do this at a bigger distance? Off we go. We're going to speak to one of our students.
Hi, I'm Alice and this is Bonnie. We have both benefited tremendously from being a part of Absolute Dog's Pro Dog Trainer Club. My partner and I adopted Bonnie when she was 2. She is now able to engage with us on walks and behave appropriately, whether she's on or off lead. She's also able to disengage from an increasing number of distractions and is becoming much more comfortable around dogs. She even knows a bunch of cool tricks. However, none of this was the case when we first got her. Bonnie was removed from her previous owner and taken into rescue centre after a dogfight incident which sadly resulted in the death of the other dog. So, what kind of dog training struggles did we face with Bonnie? Well, frankly, it would be quicker to tell you which ones we didn't face. But primarily, Bonnie was really reactive to dogs, to strangers, cyclists, even children. It was hard and it was scary at times to own Bonnie. She's a large, powerful dog and fully capable of pulling me over. Becoming a member of PDT Club has been brilliant for me and Bonnie. There's a massive online library of games, lessons, and other resources that tackle just about every dog training struggle you can think of. So for us, it's really helped me to teach Bonnie to be calmer and to disengage from more distractions and even to be more comfortable with separation. I also love that with PDT Club, you get to join in with regular live teaching online. So this is a fantastic opportunity to ask Lauren any questions and to directly get her tips and her feedback on your training mechanics, which just really helps us to fine tune things and spot things that maybe we weren't spotting in our own training sessions. But to be honest, PDT Club is as much about the community as it is about the dog training. When we became members, we were welcomed into this huge online community of people who really get it. So there's always a trainer on hand who can answer your question or give you some advice. And there's always people there to celebrate you with your wins, like people who've tackled the same struggle you're tackling now and who just understand where you're coming from. So whatever your dog training struggle is and whatever kind of dog you're training, try out PDT Club. If it can work for me and Bonnie, it can work for you. We'll see you there.
I think it's really worth us sharing our love for wonderful Alice and also her lucky, lucky, lucky dog, Bonnie. I can tell you now, for me, straight off, Bonnie would be a put-to-sleep case in so many different trainers and owners' hands. And Alice, you're phenomenal. You're doing an amazing job. I also think it's really worth saying, Alice is also here live, so wave at Alice, she's here live. I also think it's really worth saying, Alice, that she is a much bigger dog. In fact, Alice can talk about it very quickly. She's a much bigger dog, so how is she going to do her behaviours? So Alice, if you want to come live with me, she's a rock star for sure. Give her some love. So Alice, when lovely Bonnie's doing any of these things, is she going to be like Skittles fast, or is it going to look a little bit different? And also she's had some health issues, so how's it going to look in comparison?
Yeah, I mean, if Skittles is a Ferrari, then Bonnie's a broken down tank. So completely different. Um, so yeah, she's sort of bigger, slower. She's had some orthopedic issues. So for me, it's sort of great what you were saying about having maybe like an emergency stop in like a stand is a bit kinder on her joints. Because I think asking her to hit the deck really quickly, I don't think she would find much joy in that. So it's good to get an alternative.
And so one of the alternatives I want to give you, Alice, is if she's out, you're going to raise your hand and you're going to get a stand and you're going to throw behind her. So hers is going to be an emergency stop, but it's not going to, it's going to be a freeze effectively. So what she's got is a freeze. She's almost got belt and braces. She'll need belt and braces, this little rat. However, yours, absolutely, Bonnie, a throw behind her head and a stop still. Remember, a student had a brilliant question for me on this yesterday, wonderful Karen, and she said, but hang on a second, why did you release him instantly again? Because you wanted him to stop. You want the stop as the interrupter. This is vital information, guys. This is vital information. This is your interrupter. From the interrupter, you can then ask them to do the next thing. So you can then ask them to do the next thing. So you're going to teach an interrupter, Alice. Are you up for that? Are you going to show us in the next few weeks what you're working on?
Definitely.
I'd love to see it where you're throwing behind her and throw something nice and visible. So you're not necessarily going to do it like 100 times over. You might throw like something, I don't know, quarter of a baby bell size, something that she can really see and it's nice and visible. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Amazing. Thank you, Alice. You're a star. I may come back to you later. Don't rest too easy. See you in a minute. Okay, so I want to go through, we've got so much to do, and please, are you okay with going late? Because we're very likely to go to at least 8:30 right now, so which is my time, but your time it might be different. So we've got lots to teach you. I've got loads more to show you, and I definitely want to show you arousal, but I think distance won. Do you want distance, guys? Or do you want arousal? Distance or arousal, distance or arousal, distance or arousal. Remember, arousal could be increasing the arousal or bringing the arousal back down again. I can do both. Yeah, we can do both. We can do increasing it, dare we worry about that, or we can do decreasing it. So we can do either of those. But a lot of you guys seem to want distance. So I'm going to do distance, and hopefully we've got time to do more. So I've got my cone here. I don't know if I could see it on large screen, because that would just help me to see what you guys are seeing for a second. So I've got my cone here, and when I'm watching this one, now this is where, for me, I add in distance, and it's because I want to create false distance. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to create false distance. So I'm going to teach my dog to wrap around something, to go around something. So when I let this one go, so when I let Skittle release. I'm not going to say anything, but watch her charge around that and then back to here. Now, no, she didn't come knowing that. This is something we've worked on. But what I am going to show you is how I train it early on, and it's all in our games club, and it's all in our Pro Dog Trainer, and you're going to be able to find all of these videos. And all of you, tell us in the comments if you're a games club, if you're a Pro Dog Trainer, or if you haven't done any of them before. So if you're new, or if you're games club, if you're a Pro Dog Trainer. If you're Pro Dog Trainer, it's PDTC. If you're games club, it's GC. And if you're new, it's new. So tell us if you're new here. So let me know what you guys are. So many PDTers, so many of you. New. Nobody's new. Yes, some new people. We've got some new people here, which is lovely. But I love that our PDT club are here. They're such a cool bunch. So I might just be at the start, just here, and I'm standing, and I'm just going side to side on my food. That's how she learnt it. But we are, for the sake of being able to make progress and do this game with you, I'm going to show you the next stages. I'm going to show them the next stages. You don't have to tell them about it. I'm going to teach it. You're going to do it. So I'm going to send her on this one. Check. And I'm going to throw the food back out again. So I'm going to send her, and I'm going to throw the food back out again. Check. Good, super. So all I want to see is that I'm creating artificial distance. Where am I looking? Which camera are we on? Got it. So I'm creating artificial distance. So she's here. Check. Good. And I'm going to throw the food away. Nice. You're very fast back. Now, I know I've charged up the downs. I know she's keen on the down. And I know I've now created artificial distance. So artificial distance is my cone. Check. And I'm going to throw away. And I do want to throw away a lot. So she checks. And I throw away. So I make it really fun for her. And now I'm going to test one and only one DOWN. So only one. Why am I testing only one, guys? A really important word that's involved there. Why am I testing only one? So we're getting a wrapping around and we're getting a nice and fast. Check. I'm only going to test one. Why am I testing only one? There's an important word here. I'm only going to test one. Why am I testing just one? There's an important word. It's an important word. No, you're not getting my word, guys. It begins with T and it ends in T. I'm only going to test one. I'm only going to test one. Oh, Laurie says, I'm missing my PDT club. So much fantastic content. I love you, Laurie. It's a test. It's a test. Who loves doing a test every single day of the week? Every single day of the week, all the time. Test. Sometimes life feels like that, and that's why you need to be part of our crew, because it's a lot more fun. But it's too testing, right? You don't want to over-test the dog. So this time when I send around, check. I'm going to throw again. And then this time, I'm going to ask for, yes, I am, check, down. Nice, good girl. And I'm going to feed her in, and then, get it, I'm going to throw her behind. So I'm going to feed her in, and then I'm going to throw her behind. Now, this is, first off, how impressed were you at that, guys? How impressed were you at the speed of the down? Remember, this will turn into the same down that Eazy had. It's not quite there, but it's not far off. So this will turn into exactly the same behaviour. So this will turn into exactly the same. And she's a spaniel. She's not a collie. So she's a spaniel. So now when I go again, thank you, lovely Annette. When I go again and I do this again, oh, you're wild. When I do this again, what am I going to do this time? What am I going to do this time? She's really still. She's so excited. I'm just going to let her wrap. Yeah, she's going to race. So I'm going to throw it away. So this time I'm going to throw it away. And that keeps it charged. Yes, Shirley. Yes. Check. Whee! Good girl. 3, 2, 1. Check. Yay! Super dog. And what's it really tempting to do now? What's it really tempting to do? It's tempting to run around the cone, obviously. As an owner, what's it really tempting to do? I want to keep downing and just see what it looks like. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, it's really tempting to throw in a down. Do not throw in any more downs. Do not throw in any more downs. A couple of really important points, guys. Take some notes on these, and if you can write them down here, it'd be really, really helpful. A couple of really important notes. Your surface matters now. Your surface matters. Notice I'm on AstroTurf, so it matters. It's not slippy. So don't play this on a really slippy surface. Play it in your garden, play it in a hired arena, play it in someone's field, play it in your playing fields, but don't play this anywhere really slippy. So it's not a slippy game. Your mechanics matter. So notice I'm holding her and I'm sending her. These are the things we teach in Pro Dog Trainer. So these are the things we teach you as a skill up. So these are the things we teach you. Check. She's going out. This game has to be charged first. So we have to charge it first. There's also a space of calming a pushy dog. Notice some of the calming things I'm doing. So I'm playing things like chin targets to be able to calm her down, because she wants to move at a fast pace everywhere. So I'm playing games like calming games like this, or another game that I'm playing is putting a piece of food down, being able to handle her, being able to move her legs, being able to make sure that she's really happy in all of these positions, because she's a very high drive dog. Who's impressed with this, guys, that you can take her right down to stillness to the point that you can lift her tail? That's what we do in the show ring next week at Crufts. Yeah, she's not sure about that. We can do hamstring strokes, we can do fitness work. These are all things that we'd want to be able to build. Get it? That we'd want to be able to build to take her high arousal, low arousal. But also you can motivate the dogs who are lacking sort of motivation here. So I'm sorry for the barking. You're going to have a little bit of barking. Ready? Ready, ready, ready. 3, 2, 1. Check, 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 check. So you can take it at every level. So we've got her excited, we've got her calm, we've got a level of stillness where she's able to just want to move you into a better stand. We've got a level of where she's able to just think about it. And like I said, we've got tail strokes, and we've got hamstring strokes, and we've got the ability to move her foot and move her other foot. So effectively a level of cooperative care. So you can see how we can really take a dog through all skill areas playing games like this. And for me, this is really impactful. So let me know if you would like to have this with your dog and if you'd like to build this with your dog, because it's really all possible. I'd also think about dogs who are thinky and not doey. She's quite a doey dog. If you've got a thinky dog, some of the throwing games are really, really key. And I'd also say it's really, really key for all of you guys that we make some indoor training adjustments when you need to. If you've got a carpet space, use your carpet space. If you've got a long corridor, use a long corridor. Everyone's jealous of Jenny's living room. And then also think about whether you're building or testing when you're training a session. So building would be games like down, nice, that's building, ready, down, building, and then sending around the cone and asking for the behaviour, check, 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 and then ready, we'll do one more, just, oh, you know what, we're not doing one more yet, we'll do one more in a bit, we'll do one more a little bit later, I promise we'll do one more a bit later, but sending around the cone and asking for a check, check, then sending around the cone and asking for DOWN, that's you working through thinkers and doers. So that helps with thinkers and doers. So I really, really hope that you guys are on board, and I really hope you're getting it. Who's understanding, guys? Who's getting it? Who's loving it? Who's getting lots of information? Who's getting lots of learning? Let me know. So we're going to have another go with your dogs. You can do game 1, game 2, game 3. So you can do shaping it down, you can do adding a cue, you can do getting a distance, you can do the distance cone work. What I'd really say to all of you, I love it. Pauline says, Ivy's worn out. She's curled up on the cat bed. I'm so pleased she's loving it. What I'd say to all of you is, you don't need to go a stage ahead. If you're at stage 1, you're so welcome here. If you're shaping it down, I absolutely want you here. I'm so happy you're here. So please don't feel that you can't do it at any level. So we're going to hit the music. I'm going to go off camera for a minute, but I'm still here watching you. And what I'd really, really love is for as many of you to play as possible, and then we'll bring another one of you, hopefully, up on camera. 3, 2, 1, hit DJs.
And get advice, ask for advice. Get money twice. I'm from the dirty, but that Chico nice. Y'all call it a moment, I call it life.
One day while the light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open, I just wanna feel this moment. I just wanna feel this moment. I just wanna feel this moment.
Miss Worldwide, Christina Aguilera. Oye, mamita, dale, que la cosa está arriba. Reporting live from the tallest building in Tokyo. Long way from them hallways, filled with O's and O's. They counting always, real fat all day. Now baby we can parlay, oh baby we can party. She read books, especially about red rooms and tie-ups. I got her hooked, cause she see me in a suit with a red tie tied up. Gritan gris nice to meet you. But time is money. Only difference is I own it. Now let's stop time and enjoy this moment.
One day while the light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open, I just wanna feel this moment.
There's so many brilliant little dogs. I loved watching Anna Nissa. I love watching Shirley. I love watching Jane. I love watching so many of you train your dogs. It's incredible, 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 incredible. Who wants more? Who wants more in the comments, guys? Because I've got lots more. One of the things, I'm not actually going to show Skittle. I'm just coming off camera to grab it. Please don't let her see it. But one of the things that I wouldn't mind showing you is what happens when we use toys. Because actually, when we use toys, sometimes it can go off the scale. Karen's laughing because she saw what happened when we used toys yesterday, which basically meant Skittle clamped the toy and wouldn't let go. And I'm going to show you what might happen when we do those. And I've got a range of toys, and hopefully I'm not going to let her know about the rabbit, but now I've touched the rabbit, she's going to smell the rabbit. Very scent-driven dog. So I've got a nice colourful fluffy toy that I like. I've got a lovely toy I like, and then I've got 2 toys she likes. And what's it about, the toys I like or the toys she likes? Which is it about? So I've got the toys, so we could take it there. But guys, who so far has got some value? And who so far is thinking, actually, I've already learned something just being here? So who's already thinking, I've learned something just being here? And who's kind of going, actually, distance learning could work? Because I think that's a really important thing. I think when I first started, probably pre-COVID, I thought, no, I always want someone in the room with me. And of course, I'd love you in the room with us, but I can see that you're from all different places, and that's not necessarily possible. Even Warwickshire feels too far away, Dee. And so it's not always possible to be in the room with you. And so this is the best way we can be in the room together. Now, I really want to make sure that all of you know there are games left, right and centre that are going to tackle any problem we have. And I haven't yet met a problem that we can't tackle with games. So I haven't yet met one problem that we can't tackle with games. So I've got a few more things for you coming. So my plan is I'd like to do toys. So I'd like to do toys. I'd like to show you arousal up, arousal down potentially. So how I can increase arousal and how I can lower arousal. I'm happy to show you some more distance if you want more distance, but equally I also know there's work to do there, so there's definitely work to do with you. I'd love to celebrate someone who, Matt just flagged to me, there's a guy, I don't know if he's in the room, he's called Stephen Stoshage. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm really sorry, someone might type it in the comments, but Stephen, he's just jumped into 4 years of coaching with us. 4 years, like not just one. His first attempt at coming in, he's come in and he's jumped into 4 years. Like for me, I'm absolutely blown away by that, and that he's just literally popped up on a board. But first, I'd also, well, number one, like I said, I'd really like to show you some arousal up, arousal down. Who's up for that? I've also seen a couple of questions. I've seen a couple of questions. I'd like to address them. And I'd also like to go back in the students' space and get in some of your living rooms and talk to a couple more of you. My goal is to run for another about 30 minutes if you game. So if you game, my goal is to run for about another 30 minutes if you can handle it. I'll do my very best to keep it as succinct and tight as possible. No waffle. But before we do that, I really want to make sure that you get to see some of our success stories, and I want to tell you a little bit more about Pro Dog Trainer if you're up for it, because I know that there's a limited window of opportunity and it shuts in a couple of days, and I wouldn't want you to miss it, and I really don't want anyone not to have the opportunity. So no hidden agendas here. I want you to get to see a few of the success stories of the students. So let's hit the decks and let's hear a few of our student success stories. I'm going to tell you about them. And here they are. So we've got the lovely Dorothy, and Dorothy says, I've tried many dog trainers over the past 15 months. I've wasted loads of money and so many have been no help at all, to ones that have actually used aversive training methods. I joined Absolute Dogs. It's the best thing I've done for my dog and for me. There are no dog problems that they can't help with. They're so kind and patient. I've been considering rehoming my dog because of his behavioural issues. I'd even be advised by a vet it was the right thing to do. With a heavy heart, I asked Absolute Dogs for help, and now we're getting somewhere. He's learning to be a much calmer dog, and we're developing a better relationship. Send her so much love, guys. Send her so much love. And then we've got Vona, who's a professional dog trainer. She highly recommends what we do. The wealth of knowledge is amazing. Even if you're not a professional with your own dogs, you're going to be thanked by dogs all over. And then we've got lovely Wendy. She says, first, second, last dog. 100% the best training for you and your dog. If you're the first time owner, second time dog owner, this training is for you. My dog, my Border Collie, my Rottweiler would have been a disaster. I was forcing fear and using fear in all directions. Absolute Dogs has provided me with a solid and easy and immediate results. Like, absolutely love this. Love reading from these guys. We've got the lovely Linda, who says, I've been undertaking courses for a number of years. I've always valued the expertise. I did Pro Dog Trainer. It's equipped me to start my own training business. And then we've got Annette, gorgeous Annette. She's in the room, actually, so I've seen Annette. And shout out to all of these guys. Like, I absolutely love that. And yes, Kylie is with us until 2034, which makes me feel very old, Leslie. Some of these guys have topped up, and I'm like, I will be old by then. Like, it makes me giggle. But enthusiastic, I promise. So absolutely love Absolute Dogs. The training courses are next level learning. The trainers are so helpful, so supportive. I cannot praise AD enough. Such an inspiring community to be part of. So for me, absolutely gorgeous, like really, really, really super. Laurie says, sometimes I struggle with the time difference. The best bit is that, number one, they're all recorded, Laurie. And number two, we try and vary the times now. So we've actually got some in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening. Typically UK this sort of time, but also some around sort of late lunch, and we vary the times. So we've done much better at varying the times. So very quickly, what is included? So it's probably more like what's not included. You get a subscription for literally the one subscription for Pro Dog Trainer Club, but it gives you Games Club, it gives you Pro Dog Trainer Club, it gives you Agility Academy, and it gives you everything inside of those. So let's hit the next deck. And that is all of your content releases. You get all of them. You get all of our brand new tracks. You get weekly live learning. You get our foundation and our advanced video libraries, where we have now over 500 lessons for you to just tap in and out in your own time. So completely can go in and out in your own time. Let's hit the next slide. And these are just some of the things you get in there, which I think is pretty incredible, from Games Club to Agility Academy to live learning to foundations to universities to master level genius. You literally get Pro Dog Trainer, Geek and Genius. You get life skills, you get common struggles covered, you get huge learning bundles, you get loose leash walking, you get visitor greetings, you get the perfect recall, you get loads of live workshops. Guys, tell us if you are already a PDT clubber, what is your favourite? What is your favourite that you get? Or what is one of your favourites? What is one of your favourites? Because these are just some of the bonuses you get. So just some of the bonuses. Some of these are brand new, and some of them have been some of our family favourites, really. So Sexy and a Squirrel, Dog-Dog Interaction, you get relationship success, you get community access to our community space, you get boundary games, you get calm, you get real-life boundary games, stop reactivity, stop jumping, stop stealing, stop separation, stop barking, stop pulling, stop resource guarding, and agree, the community. The community is mega. And on Monday, we're releasing Stop Resource Guarding, which the people that have been editing Stop Resource Guarding on the team, they've said they've simply loved it. They've simply loved it. So absolutely incredible, incredible space. Now, the value of all of this combined is over £11,000. So it's over £11,000. And that is one big price tag. And don't you panic, you're going nowhere near that. So, you know what? Even if it was slashed, £8,000, £5,000, it would still be incredible, incredible, incredible value. But actually, the price as of next week is £1,497. That is the price it is going up to next week. It is going up to that price next week. There is no change in. That is a forced. It's happening. It is absolutely as of next week. So before we get to next week, we really wanted everyone here to know that you can top up if you're an existing member. And if you're not an existing member, you can jump in right now, not for £650, because we still feel we want you in because you're one of our cherished students. You've been with us, you've seen us, you've watched us, you've learned with us. You can get in right now and today, and you can top up if you're already an existing member. Our longest top up is 2034 right now, which is incredible. I think they're onto some sort of, they're all playing a game with each other to see who's topped up for the longest between each other. And so right now you can top up for £500. You use the code to top up, and that is PDT Club all in, or it's not, in fact, today it's EmPower. So it's EmPower, EmPower, and you get £150 your annual off your annual membership. So you get £150 off your annual membership. So that is if you jump in today, and it will go up this weekend. So it's going up this weekend. We have been telling people, we've been telling as many people as we humanly can, and you bet on Saturday someone will email, probably 21 someone's, and say, please can I have it at the old price, and the price will have changed. So what I'm here to tell you guys is I bloomin' love this training. I absolutely couldn't be in a happier space than when I'm here teaching you guys. So I couldn't be in a happier space. And I know that there is so much value in that space, from all of our PDT learning to our genius learning to our geek learning to all of what's in the Games Club. If you're a Games Clubber, you can jump in at annual and it'll pause your Games Club subscription, and it'll allow you 12 months here, or you can do 2 years, or you can do 3 years, or you can do 4 years. You top up at £500, it will never, ever, ever be £500 again. Never. And that's kind of been, we've had our hand forced on that one. We're a team, it's a biggish team, and that is as of Saturday it goes up. And I'm really not here because I want to sell it to you. I'm actually here because I don't want you not to get it at that price. I don't want you to come in at Saturday. I don't want you to think, oh, I've got 6 months on my membership, I should have topped up. I want you to go, I'm in, I'm all in, I'm here, I'm staying here, and whatever I can do to help you be here now, I'd much prefer you to pay this price, because it completely makes sense to me. So if it makes sense to you, tell me it makes sense. For me, it makes sense. I'm like, please don't let them pay anymore. I don't want to charge you anymore. I really, really, really want our company and our crew and all of our team to be able to keep you with us. And so my goal is to keep you with us. Of course, brand new people who we've never met before, who they come in at the first time, it can be different for them. You will never, ever, ever pay more than your annual membership price. And right now, we've also given you a £150 coupon. So guys, if that makes sense to you, let me know in the comments. If it makes sense, please, 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 please let me know. Jackie says, I've topped up till 26, would love to top up longer. So Jackie, if you can, if there's anything you do, you've got till Saturday. So you've got till Saturday, and I'd love you there. Now, we've got more learning to do, guys. So we've got way more learning to do, and I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss a beat. I don't want to miss a thing. So we've got more to do. Please, 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 if you've got any questions, the team are going to be answering them in the comments. Please ask them. Please put them out here. Don't stay shy. Don't avoid them whilst we do our training. So we're going to go arousal. So we're going to go arousal, and I'm very happy to come and work with your dogs. I'm very happy to come and see your dogs. I'm very happy to jump in with your dogs and train your dogs. So we are going to add arousal, but before we add the cone in, and before we add any distance, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by playing with a toy. And I'm going to try, I think knowing what mood she's in, I'm going to try with a rabbit toy. But I'm going to try with a rabbit tug. And when I say what mood she's in, what mood are we working with? As in, is it rewarding for her? So is it rewarding? It's got to be rewarding. Yeah, it's a good girl. It's a good girl, yeah. It's rewarding for you. This is good. This is good. There's no point playing with a toy that the dog isn't interested in. And if your dog isn't interested in toys, let's not play with toys. Let's work with food whilst we build toys. And again, that's something we can do. I work with dogs who don't play all the time, day in, day out. You've seen the training centre. It's a big training centre. We work with dogs like that every day of the week. So I'm now going to charge up my down with my toy. So I'm now going to charge up my down with my toy. Ready, steady, I know, down. Nice, good girl. Now notice where I took the toy, guys. Did anyone see where I took the toy? Could you see where I took the toy? Did anyone see where I took the toy? Did you see where I took the toy? Oh, 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 yes, yes. Yeah, I took the toy straight into her. Really good, Sarah. Really, really good, Anne. I know you're wild. Good. So we're going to move the toy, and I've still got my finger in her collar. Down. Oh, hey, good girl. She got it, but it was a bit of a, what would I call that? I don't think she'd have got it if I didn't have my hand in her collar. So I don't think she'd have got it if I didn't have my hand in her collar. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Get it. Super. Super dog. So we're going to let her just run into that one. And then this time I'm going to try, as she's running into it, I'm going to ask her for the behaviour. Down. Get it, good girl. And I threw the toy back at her. So the toy came back at her again. Now, can you see how this is going to add arousal to that behavior and add speed to that behavior because of the drive for the toy? If your dog's not driven by toys, you can use food in the way of toys. And I've also got, you know what, I might teach you that next Wednesday on our live if you want to, guys. So if you're there on our live next Wednesday, if you're a games clubber or you're a PDT clubber, I could show you how I do that with a food article and how I build between food and toy. So I can show you how I play between food and toy if you want to. Let me know in the comments if you want to. That'll be about building play, building joy, building toys. So I can show you that too, because she didn't come playing. So most dogs, to be honest, don't come playing. The odd, I don't know, genius type, but most dogs don't come playing. So if you'd like me to show you that, remind me on our live next week, and I definitely can. Very happy to show you that, how I build toys with foodie dogs. So how I build toys with foodie dogs, I can definitely show you. Okay, yeah. So we're going to try it once more. We're going to run the toy and we're going to release her to it. Get it. Yay, super. So we're going to run the toy, release her to it. Good. And then we're going to run the toy down. Nice. Did you see the move back there, guys? Did you see that? So she ran all the way into the toy, but then when I asked her down, she came up and then she went, oh, I should be back here a bit, shouldn't I? That's really nice. That's really nice. That was really good. Yes, it was. Nice. Good, I know, it's wild. It's wild. So I'm holding the collar, so I'm immobilising the toy a little. This time I'm going to move the toy, and then I'm going to ask for the behaviour. Down. Nice, good girl. Again, notice how much the toy goes back into the dog. So notice how much the toy goes into the dog. So now we're going to cue the two together. Who's up for it? Distance and arousal. Who's up for it? Distance and arousal together. Distance and arousal. We're going to add the two in together. So we've got the toy, only if you're keen. Only if you're keen. If you're not keen, we don't have to do it today, guys. So I only want to know if you're keen. If you're keen, we can show you if they're keen. Ready? So we're going to try distance and arousal. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Check. Yay! Remember, first off, you've got to get the drive. So always have them. That's kind of so you don't end up with a party trick. You don't want a party trick. So it's not a, you want a dog who can really do it. So really do it. Check. Down. Nice, good girl, super dog. She's a super dog. She's like, I'm going to keep this rabbit over here. That was amazing, absolutely amazing. I couldn't be happier. She's happy too, as you can see, very pleased with herself, doing her like death roll. I couldn't be happier with the fact that she's doing that with a toy. So she's doing that really happily with a toy. So that's with the toy and death roll, a Skittle death roll. And now what do I do, guys? Remember what's the next level of this one? What's the next level of this one? I want you to tell me, you must tell me what the next level is. Yes, I'm going to do a go. So she's just going to do a check. Yeah, good girl. I'm such a good girl. She is such a good girl. Yes, she is. So then she gets to do a level of the carries on the behaviour and then races around with drive back to the toy again. So you're not always test. Okay, I've got one more test. She may not do it. She's never done it before, so we'll see. I'm going to dangle the toy. So I'm going to dangle the toy. Does that make sense? Daughter says, so much loving this. Yes. And you'll get a replay, Daughter, I promise. So we're going to do this. We're going to do check, down. Nice. Good girl. That was really clever. Oh, you ate the food that you dropped as well. What a good girl. And so for me, this is joy in your training. This is joy. And yes, she can listen even when she's excited. And you see, we take it very seriously. So we take it very seriously. If you're not rolling and having fun, you know what? You've got to question what you're in it for. So she takes it very seriously when she gets it right. So I love how much joy we have, right? I love how much joy we have. So the whole game shouldn't be pressure or stress. It should be a lot of fun. You're a good girl. She's now throwing the piece of food and then catching it and then throwing the toy as well. So she's playing with a piece of food and a toy. Very, very funny little dog. And so can you see how we're adding arousal, adding distance, adding skills, and layers on layers on layers and layers, and know that at no point are we going to, with her, and yes, she's, like I said, she's taken herself very seriously here. At no point are we going to pressure her to do this. This is not test. This is actually making sure that we keep it lighthearted, fun. It's a good game for her at every level. So Fiona's question, what do you do if your dog walks around the cone? I think we want to add joy to the cone, Fiona. So I think we want to add joy to the cone. So it might be restraints, it might be legging it might be recalls, it might be passion rewards, toys, food, bowling. It's nearly always delivery of what you're doing. So we can definitely work with that and grow that. 100% can work with that and grow that. I think that's a key one to grow. So guys, all of you together in the room, Sam, I love seeing Sam here. Green eggs and ham. So there are so many, I'm going to take this one back. Yes, I am. There are so many brilliant light bulbs like going on. I can see your light bulbs going on. Just share with me one of your light bulb moments. So one of your light bulb moments, just one moment, something that like resonated with you or something that helped you, and tell me your biggest takeaway. So your biggest takeaway and one light bulb moment. Let me know any of them in the comments. Anything at all that you took away from what we've trained so far. There might be a tiny bit more. You never know. Keep the joy, Sarah. Yes, keep the joy. With the angry dogs, keep the joy. Cue as they turn. Yes, Laura, nice one. Cue as they turn. How to get down at a distance. Yes. And how much fun it can be. Yes, and yes. Like really good. Keep them moving. Brilliant. Throwing and placement. Yes. Using a barrier. Yes. Like so many good ones there. So many good ones. You know what? I feel like going into one more house. Doing one more training session, because when we do our sort of deep dives and when we do our interventions with you guys and go into your home and we train you guys, I think we learn masses by training other people, because we do subtle change. They have huge leaps. Who's up for that, guys? One more house. Who's up for going into one more house, learning from one more home? Madeline's like, yes, my home. Get back to my house. Right, I've got on my board, I've got Anna Nissa, I've got Shirley Muir, and I've got Jane. All of you guys stood out to me. So that was Jane Stauffer, it was Anna Nissa and Shirley Muir. I'm not sure who's in the room. I'm not sure who can get the attention quickly of one of our admins. You three, I'd be happy to come into all of your house because you guys all took my attention. So Shirley, Anne, and Jane, all of you took my attention. Be ready to go on camera. I know I'm already running everyone late, but I love it being here with you, and I really want to make sure you get here. Couple of questions that people have asked while we're just getting our cameras ready and getting our team ready. People that want to join PDT Club but are concerned about like futures and conversions and things like that. If you join right now, you get it at £500. The renewal for £500, you'll lock in at £650 per year forever if you want to, and equally you can cancel, and you can cancel at any time. Also, if you do it for 14 days and you want to cancel and you want a refund, we're happy to give you a 14-day cooling off period. Why? I want you in, and I want you in before the price goes up. I don't want the price to go up and to miss you out. I really don't want to miss you. I feel like there's a singer that has that. I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss you guys. And I'd really hate for you to get to Sunday and wish you'd done it. And that for me, I hate having regrets. No regrets. Get involved. And for you guys who want to top up, like lovely Stephen, who topped up for 4 years, I can't wait to meet Stephen. I'm like 4 years on his first hit and 4 years in one go. Anyway, we're going to Jane. She was first with her hands up, and Skittle can't stop rolling. So we're going over to Jane. She's having a great time over in the corner. Hello, lovely Jane. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I love seeing you because I feel like when I come to America, I'm definitely going to come and see you. Like, I feel like you're a family member. We're going to have the chai latte together. You can have what you want, but I'm going to have chai latte.
Yes, please. And it's snowy Vermont right now. It's very beautiful.
Romantic. Aerosmith is the person that sings the song I just heard. Okay, so I love having you here, Jane. What are you struggling with? Because we've worked together lots as a student. You're a pro dog trainer, you're a clubber. What would you say to anyone who's thinking about jumping into club or thinking about topping up?
Oh, do it. I mean, I just learned so much from you working with Madeline because I have the distance problem. The demonstration with going around the cones, it's when you work with one person, we all learn. And I just love that about this. It's sharing. It's a good thing. It's a rare good thing.
Do you feel a good
where
part of
else
the
do you get?
Do you feel a good part of the community here, Jane?
Oh, yeah. It's like faces come up or I see a post in Circle and it's like, I know who that is. I know who their dog is. It's really nice.
And everyone here loves you as well. And I don't think you'll mind me sharing, Jane. How old are you?
70, not quite as old as Blink, but older than Skittles.
She's amazing. Guys, do you not love this? That here's Jane. She's literally in Vermont. She's doing online learning with us. And you're amazing. You're absolutely incredible. And what I love most of all is this is not uncommon at all. I've actually got students who are much older than you. And you're actually a spring chicken. Right. And you know what? What I really, really love is that we get to coach at all different levels, all different breeds. Anyway, tell me what you want to do with our down today. What are we going to do?
Well, the distance work is what I've been working on. I was trying to use a target to have him, land on a target and down there and move away from the target. But throwing behind might be more what I need. So
and I brought the targets out because I do want to show targets. So I've got no problem with using targets and I've got no problem with using barriers and other things. But actually, I found that sometimes when I use a target, it's harder to fade. And so if you don't need to use a target, so that's your top tip, guys, trainer hack, trainer tip, trainer thing to talk about. If you use a target, you've got another thing to fade. So you've got an extra thing to fade. So actually, I will use them. I've got no problem using them. But actually, I also think if I don't need to use them, then I won't. So I don't use them. I keep looking over my shoulder. She's having the best time. For those of you wondering why she's allowed to do this, I've taken the pressure off and allowed her to do this. But I'm also looking just to check she won't try and eat the toy, because there is a chance that she might think the rabbit is edible, because this is the type of dog we're working with. Anyway, Jane, let me watch a session. Let's just have a quick look. Thank you for sharing the link, Leslie. That's really, really helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice, really nice. Okay, throw away. Throw it away really visibly. Really nice, good.
Yeah.
And then now ask for the down, down. So you had a really good moment there, Jane, to ask, because you now ask, now. Good, throw behind. Okay, stop there. I'm going to give you an exercise with Skittle. Just watch for a minute. Skittle, come. Skittle, come. She's like, I'm not leaving my rabbit toy. So I want you, whether you're using food or toy, doesn't really matter, but I actually want you to play this game. I don't know if you guys, you can see enough. So Jane, come back to me. I'm going to give you another little game. I love that Trinity's like Skittles is so animated, yet she is very animated. So you're going to play another game. We're actually going to take it away from the down. We're not going to do the down for a minute. We're going to throw away. She didn't find it, that's fine. And we're going to throw away again. She didn't find that, and that's fine. My mechanics are appalling. Throw away. I'm going to find a couple of more visible bits of food. Give me 2 secs. So I'm going to grab some white food because it's a little bit bigger. This is freeze-dried turkey, I think. So I've got white food, so it's bigger. So I'm going to throw away. She's going to turn around, and I'm going to throw away again. She caught it in the midair. I'm going to throw away. So I'm actually just going to get a bit of distance for a minute. So I'm just going to get to the point that she doesn't come forward. So I actually want you to play that for a second, where they don't come forward at all, because when you've shaped enough, the down will become really... Do you see how she's offering the down anyway? So because you've shaped enough. But if I get to the point that, let me just get in a couple more white bits of food. I need white food. Because it will show on the green carpet. So what I want to do is I'm going to throw to get her away. It's behind me. And now she sees me throw again. And I do this sort of like movement where I'm going to say, look, I'm going to throw at you. Yeah, so I'm kind of saying I'm going to throw back at you. So quit the down for a minute, because I actually think he needs to learn to stay away from you first. You've done such a brilliant job at teaching proximity. He now doesn't want to go away. So you're going to have a go at that. Does that make sense for me, Jane?
Yes, very much.
Let's have a quick go at it together. So quick go at it together. Nice. Throw away again when he looks. So when he looks, perfect. Throw away. And throw just straight behind him. Don't throw it in different directions. Throw it at a predictable spot. Give you a predictable spot and throw it away. No, not at his mouth. No, where the predictable spot was. So straight away. Throw it at us. Throw it at the camera so we get to see his lovely little face. Is it Gordy? I think it's Gordy. That's it. Now do you see he's staying away? Throw at him again. He's a smart cookie, this one. See that he's at the camera. There you go. There you go. Throw again. And throw when he looks at you. That's it. Throwing away. And now just wait a second on the next one and just see what he offers. So when he turns around, just wait a second and see what he offers. And if he does go to come forward, throw behind him anyway.
It's under the bed.
Just move the hand a bit like you're going to throw. Move the hand like you're going to throw. Now throw behind him. Throw behind him. And so I'll play around with that. So come back to the camera for me. Come back to the camera. Lovely. He did really nicely. He did really, really nicely. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up. He stays away and you throw at a predictable spot. So mark like a 12 o'clock on the wall and throw 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Play that game. Then bring him back over here and play the game where he's going to be here. Nice. Get it, 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 get it. So we're going to do a little bit of like offered downs. Nice, you monkey. You ran in it. So you're going to do basically the stage 1, which was a shape to down. You're going to do the throw away, throw away, throw away, throw away, throw away. And then you're going to go to throw away and you're going to put in that pause, the dog's often likely to offer a down. Why? Because you've built loads of shaping a down and you've done loads of throw at the wall. So they've learned distance and then they've also got the down on a quick cue. And if you want to, that's at the point you could also put that cue in because they know you're going to throw behind. Gordy's going to get it so quickly, like so quickly. You can see that's going to come really quickly. Can everyone see that, how that's going to come really, really quickly? Can everyone see that? So absolutely incredible. Jane, that's your homework and we're going to do it ready for next time I see you, yeah?
Thank you very much.
Superstar, superstar. Well done, you. Okay, let me see everyone back on the camera, guys. So everyone back on the camera. Everyone who's still here, let me see you on the camera. So I'm going to probably stay around here because Skittles is loving her toy and loving her game. So I'll probably stay around here for her. And so amazing stuff, like incredible stuff. I want to know your takeaways. I want to know what you're grateful for. I want to know what your happy day is, what your happy moment is, what your happy of that lesson was. For me, I love students. I get to know students one-to-one who are in Vermont or who are in Georgia or in Cape Town. Like, I love the fact that I know students all over the world because of this. What I did forget to say is if you are part of Pro Dog Trainer, you also get these every month. So we do these every month together. And when I say we do these every month together, we do them at a level where they're really pretty cool. We normally get around, I don't know, anywhere between 40 and 100 students on. But the coolest thing with that is most of the students we really get to know and we get to know them. And you'd be really surprised. A lot of people do not want to come up on camera. And so you get to watch a lot. And if you do want to come up on camera, like Madeline or like Jane or like Alice or any of the other students, you'll actually get loads of chances because actually a lot of people don't. They just want to sit here and learn. Whatever you want, whether you want to sit here and learn or whether you want to be up on camera, the hours every single month are one of my favourite sessions. So every month we get together and we train like this. And I love that I get in your living room. I love that I get to train with you. I love that we get to work together. I love that I get to show you my hooligans. I love what we get to do. So I'm massively passionate about it. If you get a chance, come and join us. If you don't get a chance, at least we had this session and at least we got to push on and proof and improve our instant downs. Let me recap. We did, guys, shaping a down. We did adding a cue. We did getting some distance. We did adding some more arousal. We did adding some more distance and arousal and adding that toy work in. We got to see all of you guys playing it too. And we got to work with our students and to troubleshoot distance and other things. I think we have got a final outro for you, but most of all, guys, I know together we can do amazing things with dog training. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I hope I get to see you on our next Power Hour. Our next Power Hour is actually March the 3rd, so it's next week. We get live every Wednesday. We've got our next Knowledge Network on April the 1st where we build and share knowledge in dog training. They're live sessions like this. They're interactive sessions. I think there's no place like it that we do interactive learning just like this. Super happy to have you. And guys, thank you all for your time. It's a privilege and each and every one of you are so welcome here. Guys, I'll see you soon. You take care. Enjoy the video. Bye, guys. Do you have a special interest in dogs? Maybe you own a dog with a particular struggle that nobody else seems to understand. Maybe you've grown up with dogs and you have a unique affinity with them. Whatever it is that has led you to this place, you have a burning passion. Do you feel that there's a gap between where you are and where you want to be as a dog trainer? Our membership bridges that gap with cutting-edge training and development tools. Ever growing, ever evolving, we are always making the experience better for you. It's really important we continue to evolve together. But the journey to become the best in our field does not stop here. The world of dog training is constantly evolving, and so should your skills. We build on your existing games-based training knowledge. We advance and progress your skill set, arming you with the skills, the games, the tools, the instructing techniques, and the business strategies to make you a pro dog trainer. Whether that's for you and your own dog, or whether you'd like to instruct on a wider basis, we have got you covered. Okay, so you might be asking, what sets this course apart from others? The original home of games-based learning, focusing on practical application. You can have a ton of books, literally all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't know how to apply it, then it's not going to do any of us any good. This is affordable. You've got mega savings right now. Literally, check it out. There is so much that you are going to get. I can't wait to show you our Power Hour Lives, where we train you real life, real time, and we get to really have participation from you. We also have our Knowledge Network Lives, where we get to share all of our knowledge, not just myself, but all of our trainer team and you guys in a whole community space, like-minded folk, safe space. I can't wait for you to join us. And remember, with PDT Club, you get super cool bonus material and you get a lot of our other material included. So Games Club, for example, super cool Netflix of dog training, all of that is included in PDT Club. In addition to this, you get Agility Academy. Whether you want to learn it or whether you're just inquisitive, it's there for you as part of PDT Club. Remember, you get puppy pathways, you get all of our 10 days to stop courses, and you get nifty solutions. You get our tracks. They're a series of videos in a linear progression fashion where you're going to be able to see exactly how we do it, where we do it, when we do it, and how it builds. It builds for you and it builds for your dog. You also get all of our other bonus material, Calm. It's all packaged. It's there for you. It's mega value. It's all in PDT Club. You get exclusive access to film days that we film live for you to access, for you to learn from, for you to watch. It's an immense space to be. Literally, we've got you covered at every angle. Maybe you're thinking, I don't have time. The cool thing is this fits in with your day, whether it's late at night, first thing in the morning, or maybe you're listening in the car. There's so many opportunities to make it fit for you. You may be thinking, I can't afford this. Remember, you are always worth investing in, and investing in your passion is always worthwhile. In addition to this, remember, all of your Games Club and all of the other learning is part of this. So it really is just that one fixed price for you, and you're guaranteeing and being grandfathered in effectively, so you'll never pay a penny more. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not sure if I want to be a professional dog trainer. This learning can be for you. It can be for you and it can be for your dog alone. It's a really cool space to be, and you can learn right now for your dog and maybe later on take it a bit further. There is no pressure. It's here for you if you're ready. Maybe you're thinking, I need more hands-on practice. I've got you covered. We're going to do our Power Hours together. I'm going to show you some of the mechanics, some of the tricks of the trade that you can do to literally skill you up. Tips, tricks, hacks to make you a better dog trainer. Get real-life results and transformations for people, dogs, and relationships. Together, we're not just training dogs, we're leading the way in innovative dog training practice. We literally are shining that light. Be a part of shaping the dog training future. Let's grow together. We want you to join us. Hit the link, come and join us. What on earth are you waiting for? There hasn't been a better time to invest in yourself and your dog training.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Yeah. Times are changing everywhere. Do we dream and do we dare? It's up to you. The door is open wide. Feel the rhythm of today. Learn the part and join the play. The world is here. Let's take it for a ride. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Larger, larger than, bigger, bigger than, living hopes and dreams. every boy and girl. Higher, higher than, brighter, brighter than all you wanted. From here.